Today is the day that the truth comes out. Hello everyone and welcome back to Persona 4 Golden. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. We've started what I believe is just the next segment of all this. But I don't know how to feel. Actually, I know how to feel. Will Nautical be alright? Then there's what happened at Namatame's hospital ward. Snow's starting to fall and the fog won't disappear. What lies ahead from here? You feel very tired. You sure you get some rest for a day? Yeah, let's get some rest. I was gonna say work on the model, but yeah, you know, rest is a bit more important. Do you really have to show up in my dreams? Really? Every single time with this? Yeah, can't a man get some privacy, Igor? Come on.
Welcome.
Come on, my guy. You think I want to see your decrepit looking ass when I'm trying to sleep? You got like the caffeine eyes and everything, man.
It's been quite some time.
Yeah. Something like that. Seems you've been summoned to the Velvet Room. Have I?
Do not be alarmed. You are fast asleep in the real world.
No, I'm still pretty alarmed.
I have summoned you within your dreams.
I wish you would stop.
Now then, your journey has taken you quite a distance thus far.
There's been a lot of ups and downs. It's been a real roller coaster ride.
Do you believe you'll be able to successfully solve this mystery?
I mean, I better damn be able to. I can solve it.
Splendid. The precise destination of this vehicle, that too is getting rather hard to judge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's kind of been traveling for a while now. This is traveling through the foggy. This is where Teddy went. Click, dude. Maybe if I'm lucky, we'll run Teddy over. You know?
If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach. Well, why don't we take a moment to look back on your journey?
Oh? What are we looking back on?
It was for that purpose that I summoned you here tonight.
Okay.
Margaret?
God, look at his nose. Look at that nose, dude. That's a schnoz right there. The voices you've heard many times before echo in your mind. Oh, bleh.
We are experiencing the words engraved into your memory during your journey.
Failing to understand and failing to listen are rather different things.
Do you really have to pry my memories like this?
All right, let's go ahead and think this through as much as we need.
If we leave any unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves.
This all indeed was said.
I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
Alright, yep, squad's still, we're doing good. Squad's happy.
And it seems you
Spare
have
tie.
comrades with you as well. Those heading in the same direction through this dense fog.
And they're all great, except for one. Seems the car has stopped moving. Oh?
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
Okay.
As I mentioned previously, this year will signal a great change in your life.
Oh, has that great change not already happened? I mean, a year ago I wasn't fighting shadows in some shadow realm.
Though there isn't much time left, it can be worth your while to take the time to stop and reflect.
People are like water flowing in a river. There is only one stream, but all who pass through it are affected differently.
Okay.
Some travel fast. Some change their course, experiencing countless events as they travel down the river of time.
Quite the simile you got here.
Just so. The state of this room reflects the scenery of your heart. Perhaps this may be a time for contemplation rather than action.
Is this what my heart looks like? I mean, I do like blue. You know, you got me there. Is there a doorbell on this car? I'm sorry, what? You hear something in the distance. Yeah? Knock knock, someone at the door, dude? Hello? Okay. Well, oh! Seems you've been sleeping until now. I hear the doorbell ringing. Yep, alright, let's get up. Alright, stop, please! It's too early to be ringing my doorbell.
Teddy's missing.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Can I go back to bed, Yosuke?
I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
On one hand, I have to express worry for Teddy. On the other hand, whatever. I'll be back soon.
I hope so.
What's he doing out there? He's on some lonely street somewhere.
Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side. We're meeting pretty soon, so will you come with me to Juness?
I mean, I don't got plans. Where could Teddy have gone? In any case, he decided to go look for him. I mean, we don't have to, you know. He's probably fine. He's probably fine. We got our winter clothes on, looking spiffy, everybody.
It's no use, man. We can't find him.
I like the leather jacket, Kanji. It's nice.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense it might be affecting my readings.
Well, he's gone then.
I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
Nothing we can do.
Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here.
You recall the mysterious dream you had last night. It's maybe time for contemplation rather than action. That is what Igor said, but let's think about this then.
I guess that's all we can do right now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
I'm worried for Teddy myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now, we must concentrate on the case.
Yeah,
It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
How are we gonna get in there
I've
again?
been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let's quickly review the facts.
Here
Of
we go.
all the victims, only 2 were killed. Miss Yamano, the announcer, and Saki-san.
That's correct.
From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
When I hear you put it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
Well, we know he's guilty of a good portion of it, at least.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
I think it's like what I said before. I think there has to be, if Namatame is unlikely to have killed the announcer, there must be another killer that perhaps influenced Namatame in his actions.
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet.
Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean? I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean saving them through death?
Saving them through facing your other self was my first idea.
He did call himself a savior and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself. What do you think, Senpai?
There's something else.
If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too."
Yeah, see, that's what made me
So,
think that.
If he saves people by killing them, did he save us too?
He was basically saying, like, he saved them, and they wouldn't be there if he didn't save them. Which makes me think his idea of saving people is he wants to throw people in the Shadow Realm to face their other self. And regardless of whether or not they can, either they do and they get their persona, or they don't and they just die by the shadows, it's still saving them. I think that's what his game plan is.
Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense. And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV. Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly intended to save us.
But he's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them.
I thought they said that, like, he didn't necessarily kill the
Or
announcer.
what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so?
Possibility of a culprit besides Namatame. Could there be something that proves this possibility? So it's obviously not the copycat murder, right? I'm thinking the alibi, because Naoto kept pointing to it as, like, the, like, hey, you know, this kind of implies that there could be another killer. I'm gonna say the alibi.
Her alibi? Wasn't it airtight right from the beginning? How could she kidnap people and throw them into TVs if she's out of the country?
Oh, okay, well. Namatame's diary?
But that points straight at
Okay, the warning letter?
Warning letter? Oh yeah. Whatever happened to that thing?
Genius.
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Let's review them.
You recall that the first warning letter said, don't rescue anymore. And the second one said, if you don't stop this time, then someone close will be put in and killed.
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kind of odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like, don't rescue or kill?
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like, I'll put in and kill?
Hey, could this mean...
So the warning letters came from a different source.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's almost like someone else wrote this letter.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right? If someone else wrote it, that could only mean...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Yep. It's kind of what I thought.
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first two cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV. And yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
So that's something. The other guy basically committed the first of the TV murders, then passed it on to his like protege, which is Namatame, maybe indirectly more rather than directly, and was just having him do stuff. Maybe like, cause even Namatame was talking about like, he's like, this is my mission. He must have been like probably indirectly influenced by this guy. And then this guy has just been effectively just sitting back and watching everything play out.
Someone else? Then it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
Yeah.
We can't say for certain yet.
I don't know about Saki-senpai necessarily. I don't know if that would be Namatame or the other guy, but the announcer certainly not.
We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
Y'all work together to take another step toward the truth. Okay. Wow. Very cool, dude. All right, rank 2. Let's get it. Okay, yep, we're seeking truth.
How though? After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I have a plan, but there's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
I hope it's a real good plan, Naoto. Hope it's a real good plan.
Hey, this place is off limits.
Oh, don't worry about that.
I'm a consultant with the police. I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
And then he goes, no, and Naoto goes, oh, this didn't work, and then just shoots him. That's the big brain right there.
This is Unit 252, requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh? Ah, understood. I see. Well, you're on the list.
Okay.
I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes. Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
Yep, that's the...
Huh?
Me.
Detective Dojima sent him? I wasn't informed of this.
Don't even worry about it, guy.
I'll vouch for his identity.
Well, I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself. We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild.
Yeah, that's I like the way you think.
Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too.
Yeah, oh, they're busy in quotations.
This is Unit 252. Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Ah, well then, this works out nicely. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. We'll keep watch over Namatame-san. A disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
Oh yeah, wow. Good plan, Naoto.
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood. Please be careful.
That's, you know what? That's pretty big brain. We really nailed it.
I knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
That's pretty incredible right there.
Wow.
Then all the rest of the gang shows up.
There's nothing much inside that suspicious object, so he won't be gone long.
All right, then now's our chance to talk to Namatame.
Gotta hurry, though. We gotta be quick. Here we go. Hey, what's up, buddy? It's the crew. Looking worse for wear out here. But, you know, now's the time.
Namatame-san, there's something we'd like to ask you.
Yeah, he sounds great.
It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are. But we are here to learn the truth. So please, answer our questions.
Please, my guy. Come on. Huh? We'll leave you alone. Seems that he understands what you're saying. What should you ask him? Who did you throw in first, I think is the simplest one.
Huh? Me?
There you go. There you go. That's... Look how easy that is. Is saving people kill... I think I already know the answer to that one. Yep.
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so his way of saving people is for you to face your other self.
That's why I put them in there.
Yep, that's about what I thought. And then, did you kill those two girls? Which he didn't. Nope, didn't think so.
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process, as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel.
Bit different from what I thought, but you know what? There you go.
It all falls into place. His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true...
There's another killer who murdered the first two victims?
Yep. Alright.
Indulge us in a few more questions.
Should you ask him? I mean, I'll just ask him straight out. He probably doesn't know.
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought. I don't think that the actual killer would be associated with this guy. And it's actually different than I thought. It sounds like they're not even associated at all now. So maybe it wasn't an influence sort of situation. Why'd you enter the TV?
I didn't know. I never thought it would be that kind of place.
I thought it would be a different kind of place. What? Okay. And you didn't send the warning letters. We already know that.
What are you talking about?
We already knew that.
As I thought.
Mm-hmm.
You believe me? Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi,
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world.
I mean,
In
we
fact,
know about the other
we're
world.
the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Only you?
Yeah, try telling this to the cops, they're gonna think you're crazy.
We did blame you for everything at first, but now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
Please, tell us everything you can, calmly and slowly.
You're willing to listen? Do my story?
We don't have much time, but we're gonna need it.
All right.
Well, let's hear it.
Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge, I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal. And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows, and forced to resign from the program she was on. I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection.
That's when you saw the Midnight Channel. Yep.
And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi.
Mm-hmm.
Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her,
Yep.
my arm disappeared into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water.
Mm-hmm.
I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV.
Yeah, there you go.
I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane. In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected. That wasn't what broke me, though.
It was Mayumi dying.
It was Mayumi being found dead.
Yup, alright.
And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown.
There you go. Namatame is casting his eyes downward painfully. Yep.
I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remembered the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again, and I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I remembered that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead.
So this is even different from what I thought. Throwing people in this TV to protect them from another murderer whose method of killing we still don't even know. Huh. That's interesting.
The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated. Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did, So I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store.
Yeah, because that's where her family worked. It's all coming together.
After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her and told her to be careful.
Yeah, and she probably said, "You're crazy, dude. Later."
But that same night, on the TV...
Yep.
She looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on, please!
Nope, it was too late then. Dead.
The next day, they found her dead.
Yep. There you go.
I knew she was going to be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered, and the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life. Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV.
And then that was Yukiko. And so you threw her on the TV to prevent the murder.
That was you.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. I'm with it. I'm totally with it. I got it.
She'll be kidnapped next. And murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, we'll save her then. The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her?
Yep.
What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it? The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered.
So, my question in response to all this is, how in the world do we find somebody who leaves no clues to his identity?
Once things calmed down, I could just let her out again.
Unless we bait it somehow.
If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind. Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
I had already tried that and failed miserably.
So you just have to do that against their will, whether they like it or not. And hilariously, that method is the reason that I effectively have people fighting with me. Because we go in, save them, they face their other selves, they become fighter, basically.
It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission,
I just have to do it. Or so I thought. Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
So yeah, I mean, I totally get it.
So, since you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed, you kidnapped us in order to save us.
Mission? Give me a break! You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me. I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion. I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die.
I mean, it kind of worked.
Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril. It was my friends here who really saved us all.
I had a feeling that was it. When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away.
Yeah, and he had never been in there before.
But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined. Such an abominable, grotesque place.
I mean, you were in heaven, my guy. Think of it like that, okay? You didn't see some of the other parts.
I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was. I never knew you couldn't even get out of that place on your own.
No. That's a cowardly way to put it. I'd probably already begun to realize that it was a dangerous place. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gone to see you all.
See us? Wait, are you talking about the concert we did at Junes?
Yep. He was the guy dressed in blue.
Yes. I wanted to know why the ones I saved were all hanging out with each other, and how much you remembered. But in the end, I couldn't bring myself to say anything and ran home. I must have felt too guilty. But all the doubts and anxieties I'd been unconsciously suppressing exploded out when I entered the television myself.
Yeah, because you're like, oh man, this isn't what I thought it would be.
I thought I was going insane. I probably did. And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
So we have some work cut out for us.
You really were trying to save people.
But I ended up doing just the opposite. What a fool. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful to society.
Well, you shouldn't go to politics, am I right, fellas?
But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary, and I secretly believed myself to be a hero. I never doubted what I saw on TV, and believed everything was as I wanted it to be. I didn't think for myself at all. That's why I couldn't protect them.
So quite the far cry from what we originally thought Namatame was.
I'm to blame for all of this.
What's done is done. I mean, you know?
I suppose so. But the things I've done are too serious to be brushed aside like that.
If it's true that they would have just been killed otherwise, honestly, you did end up kind of saving them, you know? Because if you didn't throw Yukiko on the TV, she'd be dead. And then Kanji. And then Rize. And Naoto. You know, like in that order, that's exactly kind of how it would have happened instead. Whereas you throw them on the TV, I guess the killer's like, well, they're not in this universe anymore, and just went off on his own way, and then we took him out of the TV.
I have no intentions of running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences. Kidnapping is already a serious crime, and on top of that, I put all those lives in danger. I'm sorry.
The Midnight Channel and the other world, you can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly. We must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
I guess from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people.
That's what I'm saying. That did actually end up happening.
The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
I'm such a joke. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little tired.
What are you all crammed in here for?
Oh, hey, what's up?
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
That's our plan.
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders. It was another party who threw the first 2 victims into the TV.
Take another step toward the truth. And then the police guy's like, threw people in the what? Policeman's probably a little confused right now, as he should be. Wow, is Seekers of Truth just gonna get just jammed up in the ranks just like that, dude? Okay.
Now get out of here!
I'm sorry.
I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen.
We're going.
Sheesh. I better not see you rascals here again.
Hey, come on, we're doing good work, okay? We just have to confirm some things, you know? Get the story straight.
Looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
Did he go in, like, it's not a TV per se, but, you know, like the little device that monitors the heart rate?
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out. Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
But it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it.
I mean, I don't know if that's how it works exactly, but...
Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow.
Maybe!
We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
Well, there's been a lot of revelations happening here. Tomorrow you'll all be going to talk to people in town. We finally uncover the information that will lead you to the true culprit. Maybe? We'll see, right? Oh, and then home sweet home. Quiet as ever, nobody here. Just me. All by myself. Alright, it's information time. Today's the day that school was founded. So you have the day off from school. Wow, I like these days off. School was made today. It's National Senior Citizen Appreciation Day. Like, stuff like that. Like, okay. I wonder if we gather info to catch the killer. All I can really do is try at this point. Alright, where do I start? What's probably just the shopping district, right? I think that's a good place. It's a good starting area. Oh, okay. Incident last spring. Still wonder what happened. It was a pretty big deal, wasn't it? I was completely forgotten about that. Wow, must be getting old, huh? So, you did not help me at all. Okay. What are you talking about? Yep. Did all that happen just last spring? Well, it seems so long ago. Who's gonna remember something from that far back anyway? Oh, this is gonna go well, isn't it? Well, a while ago, they said a suspect had been caught. It was in the newspaper. It was Namatame-san, right? I remember seeing him around from time to time. How horrible. I don't recall seeing any other strange people, so I'm sure he's the culprit. Is it true that there were no other suspicious individuals? Okay, well, didn't really give anything. Oh, we got the gas mask, boy. It's me. Do you recognize me? Why am I outside? When I'm at home, I just see more news about the murders. Thought I'd stay here and watch the sunset. Of course, gonna watch TV when I go home anyways. Even then, I can't see the sunset because of all this fog. I mean, come on, don't make me even more depressed. Oh god, this is not. This might take a while. Suspicious person. Now that you mention it, my friend was saying she saw someone. I think she's just wandering around the shopping districts. Why don't you ask her? Okay, I think that's something. Someone told you that I saw a suspicious person. Oh, that. You remember Saki Kanishi, don't you? You know she passed away a while ago? She told me how that Namatame person came to her one day and started spouting all this craziness. Something about the TV. I wonder what that was all about. Its relation to Saki? I don't know what you're implying, but you got it all wrong. Saki was a good girl, it's just that people misunderstood her. Yeah, and then when Namatame went to warn Saki. Yep. Well, that didn't help me at all. Doesn't look like I'll find any information on the incidents last spring. Okay. So now what? Doesn't look like you'll find any more information on a suspicious person. Okay. Alright, there we go. Through all that I found, nothing. Good to know. Chinese Zaire, Aya. Meet up with your friends after you finish gathering information. Yep. What information you get? Nothing. Not Jack.
I'm seriously pooped.
We learned nothing.
This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
I don't even know if the badge would help.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all.
Yeah, I mean, that big surprise there, right?
The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
It is pretty remarkable.
What should we do?
Well, one steak bowl, please.
The classic, yeah.
That's not what I meant.
The classic.
But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
Okay.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
I'll have a big bowl of sadness, please. You all finished eating the dishes that you ordered.
Oh, now that our tummies are full,
Now we can talk, Chie.
let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much.
Even if it was absolutely nothing. You spoke with everyone about the information you gathered today.
So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
That's, boy, that's kind of what it sounds like, doesn't it?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't. But otherwise, the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, they're all too concerned about the fog now.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Anything at all?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do.
Yikes.
But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent.
I mean, he knew where I lived, so he has to have some idea about what's happening.
Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion.
Don't tell me. Are we looking for a mailman now?
I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
Yeah, wow. Really, it's just hot nothing. Just sitting here won't help you think any better. You decided to go outside and get some fresh air. Yeah, sure, I mean. It's not easy, you know. Looking for something where we have nothing to go off of.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
Ugh, it's freezing out here.
Yeah, I mean, you got a jacket, you're fine.
Maybe this will help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing.
Oh, yeah, is that what you call it, Yosuke?
Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it.
There must be something that's been overlooked. It's urgent that you get over the roadblock facing you. The clues you need must already be in your hands.
What's the matter?
You should go over everything you know one more time. The culprit had some sort of connection with both Mayumi Yamano and Saki Kanishi, And judging by the warning letters, the culprit most likely knows about the other side and what you did there. It's highly likely that they also knew what Namatame was doing and stood back to watch. Who would know all of these things? Another oddity about the case is that there were almost no witnesses. Both warning letters seem to have been delivered directly to your house, but no one saw anyone suspicious. No one unusual is seen around Mayumi Yamano or Saki Kanishi either, despite the police dispatching an unusually high number of officers to perform a thorough investigation. There must be someone in this small town who fits all the facts. The person who seems to be the most likely culprit is... Really? Oh, it's making me look through everybody. Oh my god. So I have to choose from, like, everybody. Oh god. So let's think about this logically, one at a time, yeah. I highly doubt it's gonna be anybody from our initial group, right? Highly doubt that. Dojima. That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? Because theoretically, right, Dojima is a police officer who could very easily know what I was doing at any real given time. But what would his motive be for the murders? It's kind of, you see, Adachi, I think, is kind of in the same boat as that, where being a police officer has its fair share of benefits to it. You could effectively do, there's an unusually high number of police officers present. Actually, it might be a fair chance that it could be a police officer, if you really think about it, right? But it's almost like Dojima and Adachi are kind of in the same boat, where it's like, yeah, he could have done it. I don't see a real motive behind it, though. And then Namatame, obviously, I think we can rule that out. Mayumi Yamano, which was the first person. Muraoka, Mitsuo Kubo. I mean, obviously none of these. I mean, dead, and copycat killer, right? I think we can put that off. Who's Misuzu Haragi again? I might need to refresh myself on these people. Oh, that was the lady. Yeah, no. No. Kashiwagi. Be pretty funny. But no. Hanako. Yes, the mastermind behind it all. Hanako. Ko Daisuke. No. Who? Ayane is, I believe, isn't Ayane the person that does the deliveries for Aya? I'm pretty sure, right? Or is that somebody else? I don't even actually know who she is. I think that she's a social link person that I've never met. So probably not her. Hisano Kuroda. Who was that again? I don't remember a lot of these names. I think that's another lady that's just a social link. Am I actually really? I'm honestly really leaning toward, like, the people that fit the profile that we're looking for the best is straight up, it's Dojima and Adachi. Seriously. But oh god, I need to think on this. I need to think on this, dude. I don't know. I have. Okay. Now, I got a pudding, right? So let's run through this step by step, right? I feel like I'm Wadsworth from the Clue movie out here.
In order to help you understand what happened, I shall need to take you through the events of the evening, step by step.
If we think about this one more time from the top, right? The only reason I'm hesitant about any of these decisions is that they're all social links. So you would think that the social links, I mean, it couldn't be that person. But once again, even if we pretend that social links are not a thing at all, right? The people that it makes the absolute most sense for are Dojima and Adachi. If we think of it from a logistical point of view, in terms of delivering the letters, Dojima could do that without any suspicion at all. He lives in the house, you know? But then at the same time, I would imagine he would do it another way. And also, if he was delivering the letters, I don't understand what the whole spectacle would be about bringing me into the station if he knew that Namatame was basically going to kidnap Nanako, because he would have a vested interest in Nanako not getting hurt, even if he was the killer, right? That leads me to believe, right, if my reasoning is correct here, Adachi is the only one that would both have the means and the proper excuse to be doing all of the killings, and no connection to any of the victims, really. I mean, I guess you could say he has a connection to Nanako by proxy of Dojima, but even I don't know. To me, it makes more sense than Dojima. Because if you really think about it, how much do we know about Adachi? Even in the social links that we did, he doesn't really talk a lot about himself. He's always busy. Wait a second. I would always make fun of Adachi because he was always slacking off. But there's so many times where he's just always busy doing stuff. Oh my god, he could very easily be the one. It's gotta be Adachi. It's the only one that actually fits this at all. I'm gonna say Adachi. I really hope I'm right. Because I'm gonna have to reload if I'm not. And that means going through the whole town again. But I think it has to be Adachi. Adachi is the only one that makes sense, even with the line of reasoning we're thinking about here. An unusually large amount of cops during the murders would make it so easy for Adachi to move around. Or Dojima, but like I said, I've kind of already discounted Dojima in my head. Because a lot of the things about it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Especially if Dojima sent me a letter threatening that someone close to me will be killed. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Adachi. Of course, if you only look at the circumstances, you can't completely rule out the possibility. Adachi may have been able to keep an eye on your actions. He would have been able to approach your house with ease, and he knows the area well. Thinking about it, you encountered him many times while investigating the case. You learned much about the police's movements from Adachi as well. There's no exact reason to doubt him, but something's bothering you. Yep. However, I don't know, man. I've called him an idiot before, but maybe he is like the secret mastermind. Should you tell your friends about your suspicions about Adachi being the culprit? There's no reason not to. I mean, yes, sure. Let's bring him in the limelight here. He spoke Adachi's name.
Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi.
Think about it. It's a possibility.
A member of the police force. That is an interesting approach.
He would have the means to move around during the time of the murders, where the town is swarming with police, where everybody is under suspicion. The police are people that wouldn't fall under suspicion in that case. And Dojima and Adachi were the only two policemen that we knew that showed up on that list. It makes so... The more I think about it, the more it makes so much sense to me. Oh, it's this pudding! It's this pudding, dude! Oh, it's giving me power. Dude, did I just, has anyone seen Clue? Have any of y'all seen Clue? It's a really good movie. Did I just, Wadsworth this case, dude?
It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
You have to be a person that's able to blend in with that environment, and both of them could do that.
This is a small town, so everyone must have known who he is. And since he's a detective, people definitely wouldn't have thought of him as being suspicious.
Exactly.
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage and hide critical information.
Precisely.
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible.
The issue is we don't have any concrete evidence on him, but we have enough circumstantial, ideas about this that it could pose as a possibility, I think.
But we're talking about Adachi here, right? I mean, really? Adachi? He's your textbook lousy detective.
Or maybe that's what he wants you to think.
Are we really on the right track here?
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's something that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
Yeah?
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
No, Naoto, say it.
It's cold. I think we've cooled down enough here. Let's go back in.
Yeah, okay. I think we're actually onto something. It makes sense.
Adachi-san? That can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Miss Yamano and...
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
That's even worse! That's even worse! Oh my god, it's Adachi! God damn it!
When Miss Yamano was staying at our inn, the media were swarming all over it.
Son! Adachi, you son of a bitch! You're good, okay? You're good.
That's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that fame could be rough.
And he can account for the movements. Oh my god! I actually did something right. What?
Guard her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh. I wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
I don't know about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this afternoon, but I thought, that's just how cops are. So I didn't think it had anything to do with the case.
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcer's body, on numerous occasions.
And if he was afraid that she saw something potentially damning as well, dead.
I heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
Then you think he had something else on his mind?
And that something is what connects those two victims to Adachi-san? Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places. And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, "Oops, I said too much," and clamming up. Was that all to throw us off the trail?
It would be no problem for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox either.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point to him.
The more I look at it, the more it makes perfect sense to me. Various peculiarities had begun to cast a suspicious shadow on Adachi.
Then, is it really Adachi-san?
I mean, I can't say for sure, but my goodness, there's a lot of very interesting arrows pointing at him. We need to confirm this.
This is still only a tentative theory. We should work to confirm it as soon as possible.
Exactly. And all of this is based on, of course, the weakest form of evidence, which is circumstantial evidence. But circumstantial evidence might be how you actually, get a suspect on the list, and then from there, maybe you find something a little bit more concrete. But that's spooky if that's the case.
This is Naoto Shirogane. Something has occurred to me about the case, and I'd like to get Detective Adachi's input on it. Huh? The transport? It's right now? Right, I see. Thank you.
What was that about a transport?
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for Namatame's relocation. We must head there at once.
Boy, oh boy, we gotta go. Things are moving quickly now. Things are moving very. I'm gonna need some more. I'm gonna need another mouthful of pudding for this. Some good pudding. Oh, it's great. This is my thinking pudding. Oh, it's fantastic. Okay, dude, I'm actually so hyped now. There he is.
Huh? What are you guys doing here?
Oh, Dodge, we're just around.
Hey, do you know where Dojima-san went? They told me he snuck out of his room again.
I assure you, we've made it clear to him several times that he needs to stay put, but he keeps going off on his own.
Yeah, it's Dojima for you. Doesn't listen to anybody.
Jeez, with Namatame finally relocated, I was looking forward to going home.
So, He's been relocated. I've been wondering. You seem to be in a terrible hurry to get him out of this hospital.
All right, Naoto, can we, like, go ahead with the questioning a little bit more subtly here?
Huh? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we can't leave him here with Dojima-san and Nanako-chan around. Didn't you guys think so too? Hey, what are you doing here anyway? Nanako-chan's room is in the other wing. Don't you think you should leave before Dojima-san finds you? If he catches you, he'll start pestering you again.
Adachi, where's Namatame?
Oh, hey, Dojima.
There's been a lot of noise today for some reason.
Go back to your bed, buddy.
Dojima-san, what are you doing here? Namatame's already been relocated. I was looking for you so I could tell you that.
You did what? Who authorized that? There's still more I need to ask him about.
Don't worry, Dojima. We've gotten plenty from him.
Give me a break, Dojima-san.
Those first 2 murders have been bothering me. His motives are shaky and his alibi is rock solid. We closed a lot of loopholes on the basis of his testimony. But that part's still nagging at me.
Is this more of your detective's intuition?
Dojima's on it too. Say what you want about Dojima. Man's just a good detective, though.
He's already been relocated. It's no use hassling me about it. And you kids should really get home too. You're gonna get in the way of police business.
What's gotten into you today? It's odd to see you taking work so seriously.
Yeah. It's a lot, isn't it, Adachi?
Come on. I'm always giving 110% when it comes to the job. You should get back to work too, Dojima-san. Your current assignment, get better as soon as possible.
What are you all doing here?
Oh, good question.
We came to confirm something with Adachi-san.
Should question Adachi. Let's go with Saki's interrogation first.
Why wouldn't I question her? She discovered the announcer's body. But she didn't know much about it, so I only talked with her once or twice.
What about Yamano?
The time the announcer went missing? I can't say for sure offhand. It's not like I saw her or anything.
He just lied both times.
That was months and months ago, too. My memory's kinda hazy that far back.
He just lied to our face both times.
Was that all you wanted to ask? Well, I hope it helped.
We've got you. How about the warning letter?
Warning letter?
The one that was delivered to his house. It's in police custody now, correct?
I don't really remember.
Hey, what do you mean you don't remember? I gave it to you to take down to the crime lab for processing. You're telling me you forgot?
Interesting, isn't it, Adachi?
I'm sorry. Your accident was right after that, and what with one thing and another, it sort of slipped my mind.
Just forgot about it, huh?
Besides, that thing was just a prank, wasn't it? Jeez, what are you asking me all this for?
I don't know, Adachi. Why? What are we...
For crying out loud, what's this all supposed to be about?
You're looking a little flustered.
Dojima-san, you really need to get back to your bed. That's why your wounds aren't healing. And you all need to go home right now. Do you have any idea what time it is? I'm going back. I need to get to the station and report in.
He's falling apart.
Just one more thing, please. We know for certain now that the first 2 murders weren't Namatame's doing. Someone else killed them. Adachi-san, do you have any idea who that might be?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we got him.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course you don't.
'Cause we think it might have been you.
What? That's ridiculous. We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in.
Oh, yeah?
What did you just say?
We got him!
Put them all in.
We got him.
What's this putting them in business?
Adachi, you made a little slip up, buddy.
Do you know something about the method behind their murders?
Uh-oh.
Don't tell me that all that talk about TVs and whatnot from before was...
I see. Now I finally understand.
Adachi, it took me for a fool.
To tell the truth, Adachi-san, I've been fixated on something you once said. Before I didn't know why, only that it sounded a wrong note to me. Do you recall when I read Namatame's diary? At the scene of Dojima-san's accident. At the time, I said, Even the victims who survived and were never released to the public are written here. And in response, your words were, wow. Then that settles it. How, I wonder, would that settle anything? At the time, the police had no idea that there had been other attempted murders related to the case. You had no reason to say such a thing. After all, there are countless examples of people disappearing for a few days. Yet when I read the list of names, you raised no objection. Odd, that.
Very odd.
What do you say to that, Detective Adachi?
I don't know. I said I'm busy.
We got him.
Wait, you son of a bitch!
We've got him.
Adachi! Ah, damn it!
This wouldn't happen if you'd sit in your bed, Dojima.
Adachi!
We got him. He slipped up, dude. He just completely slipped up. Namatame's hospital room. Adachi's in here either.
What the? I swear he ran this way.
Did he just jump into the TV?
Damn it! Where the hell did he go?
The madman.
Did you find him? I contacted security. Nobody's seen Adachi, and there's no record of anyone leaving this area.
The man jumped into the TV.
So he must be still in this ward somewhere.
He's still here? But we looked! We didn't find him anywhere!
Come on, fellas. Fellas, we know.
That bastard.
Dojima-san? For heaven's sake, what are we going to do with you?
Sorry. I got carried away.
Do you even want to get better? If you keep this up, there could be lasting damages. Have you forgotten how much trouble it caused you last time?
Yeah, Dojima, you gotta lay down, buddy.
You're right. Sorry.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for you.
You've got to find Adachi. I need to square this away with him. Please.
We'll get him. He slipped up, man. He really slipped up. That's more telling than anything.
He hasn't left this ward yet? I don't think he would. But could he have...
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. If he's the killer, he can go through, right?
It's our one mean.
You mean he went in through here?
We searched every inch in the direction he ran off. There's nowhere to hide. I don't think we could have missed him.
He was cornered. It's highly probable that he escaped there. If he does indeed turn up on the other side, that should prove beyond a doubt that he is the true culprit.
You guys ready for another rodeo?
Damn. So I guess we were right. What do we do now?
Let's go in.
I think it's too dangerous to go in from here.
Please, we are so strong.
We're not 100% positive he used this TV, and on top of that, we don't know where it might lead. Let's go in from Jeunesse like always. It'll be fine. So long as we're ready for him, we'll crush that jerk in one strike.
I guess we could track him. I'm getting a little gung-ho there, you know? The extremely suspicious detective Adachi. Take another step closer to the truth. God damn it, Adachi. God damn it. You're gonna be found, man. You're gonna be. I'm not letting this keep up. Split up for a day and all went back home. I can't settle down. I'm amped up, like way too many notches. In any case, though, we have to end it here. And next episode, I'm getting this Adachi. I'm getting them. I can't. The whole time, right under my nose, dude. Son of a bitch. We're gonna get him. We are gonna get him. But in any case, though, let me take another quick mouthful of pudding. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.